What's going on, guys? Officially back in the room, back from the road trip. And it was a fun 6 days driving cross country with my dad. We went from Baltimore all the way back here to Washington. So it was a lot of fun. And this is going to be like the first video saying like, hey, I'm back. And I'm going to be posting the videos from my road trip in a playlist. So it's going to be each day. I don't want to make one long video for the entire road trip because that just would have been a waste of time for editing purposes and for you guys like watching the video. Most of you guys probably won't even have time. It's probably been like an hour long video. I didn't want to do that. So I broke it up and I'm breaking it up into a playlist. So that's what I'm going to be working on. This is going to be the first video putting it out, telling you guys what I'm going to be doing. But before then, I really want to talk about driving across country. And I lived in Europe. I've said that multiple times. And we would drive for sports trips on a bus for 8 hours, 12 hours, 20 to 23 hours, give or take, right? And so it was just interesting how in 8 hours, 12 hours, we're halfway through Italy. We're already halfway through the country. But to drive from 12 hours from Baltimore, we barely make it to Columbus. I mean, we're not even a quarter of the way through the country. So it was just really interesting to really think about how big the U.S. is in the sense of distance and the highways we have. Because 12 hours, we're already halfway through a country. 12 hours, we're not even a quarter way through our country. So it was just really eye-opening to see how big the U.S. truly was. And this was my 6th official cross country. We've never lived on the same coast. Every time we've had to move, it's always been on the opposite. We've always had to go from the East Coast, West Coast, West Coast, East Coast. It's never been the same. We've never had to move like short distance. And when we usually did these road trips, it didn't feel that long to me because we were always stopping and seeing things. We were always stopping at like, the Grand Canyon or Mount Rushmore, Crazy Horse Monument, big national parks and national monuments across the U.S. We would always stop and see those. Or we would stop at one place for like a day or two to relax. So for me, all the time we did it, it didn't feel that long to me. And this one, it was just straight up driving all day. It didn't feel that bad. I was expecting to be like completely miserable and didn't want to get back in the car the next day, but I was ready to go the next day. And a lot of it had to do with just listening to the radio, filming across country, and the whole time I listened to the Drinking Bros podcast again. I kind of came in at like episode 195. So I went all the way back to episode 1, and I listened to the entire podcast going from Baltimore to Washington. I listened to it from episode 1 up until I'm actually on episode 96. I know, crazy, right? I got 96 episodes in on this trip, the entire 6 days. I was actually very, very impressed of how far I went. But one of the things that really, really made me think, or not think, but like something I really noticed, the entire 6 days I was driving across country, every flag that I saw, almost every truck stop we stopped at, and every flag that I saw was all at half-staff the entire way across country. And I just thought it made me really feel proud that we as a nation were mourning in the wake of the Las Vegas shootings. And we were there for, we're showing to the families that we are here for you, that we're sorry for your loss. And you see like on press conferences the day after it happened, the first question everyone was asking, what's the new policies that are going to come in place? What's President Trump's plan for gun control? What is the Senate going to do for gun control? And I'm not saying don't have that conversation. That's a conversation we need to have, is what are going to be the plans? Because after everything happens, after something happens, you need to have a plan. You need to have a plan in place to ensure that this kind of thing doesn't happen again, whether it's any sort of construction error, such as a house fell down during construction, something happened with a car, and some safety feature didn't engage in a crash, or something all the way extreme as mass shootings and terrorist attacks. There always has to be a plan in place for when something happens. You need to figure out what you're going to do afterwards so you can ensure this doesn't happen again. But the thing was, it was not even 12 hours after the shooting, and that's all people cared about was that question, what's going to happen now? I was honestly, I was kind of upset, and I was kind of pissed off. The fact that all they cared about was what's going to be the policies now. People's loved ones, people's friends, and people's family died tragically and horribly, and it shouldn't have happened. And no one cared about it. No one was there for the people. None of the medias showed that they were there for the people, that they were there to support the people. All they kept asking in that press conference with the White House correspondent was, what's going to be the policies? And it seriously made me mad. But driving across country, it really showed that America is mourning for all the people that, not only in the mass shooting, but also, the Puerto Rico incident with the hurricane. And everything that's been going on, I think that driving across country, and the reason why I saw all those flags at half-staff for the entire 6 days drive, was it was just America coming together and saying, look, it's been a dark time. There have been people dying from natural disasters, from mass shootings, soldiers, Marines, airmen, and sailors dying overseas. It really made me proud to be an American. I am, the country I'm in, and I'm already a patriot as it is, so this really pushed it over the top and made me feel very proud for everything and everyone in my country. So, that's the thing I noticed on the road trip. And you're going to see, I'm going to have a lot more fun stuff that I'm just going to put on the videos of all the road trips. But that's something I really noticed, and I really wanted to say that. And, the last thing I got to say is that, just be people. Nowadays everyone's just getting frustrated with each other and getting offended. Whatever. Just be people. Be nice to everyone. Be respectful to people. Just be a human. And so what if you don't agree with his opinion? So what if he doesn't agree with your opinion? It's your opinion. I seriously am shocked at the way people are acting nowadays. And driving across country, I felt that people were just being people and being humans, and truly were honest and respectful people. So that's definitely one thing that I saw driving across country, is just America being America, how it should be. So yeah, I'm going to be posting out the videos, going to be finally editing all of them in 6 days. I want to get this out today. That way you guys can, keep up to date on what's going on. So definitely super excited. Keep growing, guys. Keep liking, keep subscribing, and keep sharing. And as always, y'all stay beautiful.